Okay, great. So, welcome, good morning once again, and welcome everyone. And as I said today, we will take up our next topic, which is a sales territory. Because if I'm training my people, I'm motivating my people, I'm doing because I want them to perform. Perform in order to reach a goal. Reach a goal where? In a sales territory. But what is a sales territory? Well, the definition says that sales territory is a group of present and potential customers. Look at how beautifully a sales territory is defined. We are not talking about an area, we are not talking about boundaries, we are not, because the definition has to be futuristic. And therefore, what are we talking about? We are talking about customers because marketing is nothing but meeting the needs of the customer profitably. And therefore, a sales territory is a group of present and potential customers assigned to an individual salesperson or a group of salespeople or a branch or a dealer or a distributor, and very important, at a given period of time. Some very important words in this definition. First and foremost, group of present and potential customers. Because business is not just about today, but business is also about tomorrow and day after tomorrow, and even day after tomorrow, and therefore group of present and potential customers. The sales territory for a company will be different from the sales territory for a distributor, will be different for a sales territory from a team versus sales territory given to a salesperson. And therefore, we are listing all of them. And most important, time, at a given period of time. But then my next question would be, why do we need a sales territory? What is the need for a sales territory? Well, we need a sales territory because it gives us a better market coverage. Now, what do you mean by a better market coverage? It helps me to understand my market. I know otherwise how it's just like a book helps you, or a syllabus helps you define what you have to study. This sales territory is my syllabus. It helps us to know that what are the markets we have to cover. Obviously, once I know the syllabus, then I know how to divide my time and on what topic I should spend how much time. Similarly, this once I know the market coverage, I know how I have to utilize my sales force. Very important. It helps us to evaluate my sales force because now we have given them fixed targets and goals, and now we are going to evaluate them. And yes, salespeople do not encroach on each other's territory. So we know that this is your area and this is your area. In short, sales territory helps us to integrate all the efforts in a productive manner. Therefore, a sales territory is extremely important. Well, if sales territory is important, then how do we define sales territory? How do we design a sales territory? Are you going to do this in your once you join the corporate world? Not really. Sales territories are not defined designed daily. But at the same time, you should know what are we doing. So what do we do? In very simple language, what do we do is we first define the smallest unit that we want to take, whatever that unit is. Once you define that unit, then what do we do? For different units, we define what is the market potential, what is the workload. And then we combine those units to form sales territories in such a manner that each sales territory offers equal opportunity to the salesperson. Again, let me define this for you in a manner which most probably you can identify with your daily life. So, as I said, what is a sales territory? Sales territory is a syllabus. Every student gets the same syllabus to study. They all know. So what does it mean? The level of difficulty or the level of being easy is the same for everyone. Now, why is this important? This is so important because go back to the theory of equity, in motivation. We are upset, we do not perform when we think we are not treated in a fair manner. And therefore, if you have to treat people in the same fair manner, you have to give them the same syllabus. You have to give them the same the same paper to attempt. Therefore, sales territory also, give me a minute. Sales territory also, it should have equal opportunity, equal market potential, so that the sales people have the same equal ground to perform. It's only when you provide people with equal opportunity that you can evaluate them and then tell them that you are a topper and you are not a topper. When you do not provide the same level of the playing field, then you cannot also evaluate them with the same way. Therefore, a sales territory has to provide equal opportunities to all your sales people. Then only can you say that, see, you all got the same opportunity, but you performed and you did not perform. Now, if this sounds confusing, then let me show this with an example so that you can understand. So this is completely hypothetical example. This is only to help you understand the concept of sales territory. So here is this company, and this company has got this data. So look at these. These are the various geographical units they have defined: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They have 11 geographical units. The market potential of each geographical unit is given. That is, we think that, this is the market potential of each geographical unit. So 250,000 for the first one, 500,000 for the 10th one. But it's not just the market potential which is important. Why? Because what is also important is what is the workload? So in a particular territory, selling 10 units might be easier compared to another territory where selling even 5 units is an achievement in itself. Now, how do you define that? You define that by workload. And what is workload defined by? The number of sales calls. So look at this. In geographical unit 1, I need to make 25 sales calls in order to hit a figure of 250,000. While in another one, so for example, in geographical unit number 8, we have to make 50 calls in order to hit 500,000. So we have also defined the workload. So you have defined the market potential and you have defined the workload. Fantastic. Now we have to make sales territories so that we provide equal opportunities. So a little permutation and combination, and when we did this permutation and combination, this is, I hope you can see it on the screen. This is what we got. So we had two alternatives, alternative number 1 and alternative number 2. In alternative number 1, look at this. We formed 3 territories, and this is the market potential of the 3 territories. For the first one, it is 1,650,000. For the second one, 3,250,000, and for the third one, 3,250,000. While on the other hand, in alternative 2, territory number 1, we had 2,650,000, 2,750,000, and then 2,750,000. Now, which alternative should we take? Think for 5-10 seconds. Go back to the theory of equity, which says that you should treat people equally, which means that you should provide them equal opportunities. Well, by this alternative 2, the sales territories somewhere have more closer figures. They have more similar rather than alternative 1, where the difference between the market potential is too much. So where it is 1,650,000, another has 3,250,000. The difference is huge. And therefore, by this logic, this is better, right? Because they are more similar. The difference between the market potential of two territories is far smaller than what it is there in alternative 1. So then can we finalize alternative 2, which means territory number 1, 2, and 3. 1 comprises of geographical units 1, 2, 5, 8, 9, 2 of 6, 7, 3 of 3, 4, 8, 10. Wait, we are forgetting the workload. While this may be the market potential, what is the workload required in order to achieve this? So now we try to do the workload. Well, the moment we put the workload, look at this. The number of sales calls required for territory 1 are 295. The number of, and this is for alternative 2, the number of sales calls required for territory 2 is 240. And the number of sales calls required for territory 3 is 275. Now there is a difference. What does it mean? We again do permutation combination. Now please understand this permutation combination is not done manually. I mean, I have taken an absolutely simple example so that you understand the concept, right? So this is not done like, you know, sitting across the table and doing it the way we are doing it. It's a very, very technical process, but this is the foundation. This is the concept how we do it. So we need, what do? We again relook at the geographical units. We again look at the workload. And when we again do the permutation combination, look at this now. Territory 1, 2,700,000, 260 calls. Territory 2, 2,700,000, 275 calls. 2,750,000 and 275 calls. What have we done? The whole idea is to make territories in such a manner that they provide equal opportunity to your salespeople to perform. Because it's only when you treat people equally that you can also then differentiate between them. You can put students in different categories of 90%, 80%, 70%, 60% only if you have given them the same syllabus to study and you have given them the same paper to attend. Similarly here, provide them the same potential to perform, treat them equally so that then you can evaluate them differently. We are fine when we are told that you performed well and you did not perform well, when we know that both of us were given the same opportunity. So the sales territory is that first step. We want our people to perform. We have trained them. We are trying to motivate them, but the first rule of motivation is equality. Do not give different opportunities. Give them the same opportunity. And therefore, the first opportunity is the sales territory. And now that we have sales territory, I need to assign people to the sales territory. Remember, we had recruited people. We did workload method and incremental method. Now we have a sales territory. I now need to put my sales people into those sales territories. But we'll do that tomorrow. We'll do that tomorrow because at this point of time, I want to come back to the class, stop the recording, and open the house for discussion, because this is a very important concept and I want to make sure that all of you are absolutely clear about it.